Recording is good. All right, let's start now. Yeah, welcome everyone to today's session. If you can hear me, please just say hi.
Hi.
Great, thank you.
Hi.
Thanks. Thank you. Okay, where are my slides? Okay. Yeah, so can you guys see my screen too?
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So today we'll be talking about the technical writing role and what it is, what a technical writer does. And for the sake of those that were not with us on Monday, so I'll just be doing a quick recap on what we talked about on Monday. So the technical writing role, especially in software engineering, is a specialized role for guys that are responsible for creating, maintaining, and documenting the development, usage, and maintenance of software system. So basically, what you do as a technical writer, like as we discussed on Monday, is to document the whole process of the projects you are working on so that people can share knowledge easily, everyone can collaborate, you can avoid a lot of issues that comes with not having enough information for people that are on your team. New people can contribute easily with documentation and all of that. So, slide. Yeah, so one question that came up a lot of times on Monday was that what are the differences between technical and regular content writing? So even with the okay, what's happening? Even though they seem very, very similar, they are totally different forms of writing, right? So technical writing and regular content writing are two distinct forms of writing with different purposes, audiences, and styles. So we're going to be talking about some of the differences and how. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes,
Oh,
I can hear.
great. Yeah, thanks. So we'll be talking about that and
I can hear you.
yeah, thanks for that. Thanks. So along the way, we'll be looking at the differences and primary goals of technical writing and how it differs. Like there are a lot of differences, so we're talking about those things today. So the first one is purpose. Technical writing is primarily informational and instructional. So it aims to convey complex or specialized information in a clear and concise manner. So that's what it is. It is primarily informational and instructional. So it teaches people how to accomplish like the task they have at hand, give them the information, how to guide and all of that. Maybe even reference, okay, this is what this means and how you can use it in your work. So the primary goal is to provide accurate, factual, and actionable information that people can use to understand a specific subject matter. While regular content writing, which is often referred to as creative or general content writing, serves a broader range of purposes. It can include blog posts, articles, marketing copy, storytelling, and more. And if you notice, none of these are like actionable information. They are just things that you can read to learn more about maybe what a company does, why they do it, which is storytelling, why they do what they do, how they provide their services and products. So the purpose of regular content writing is to engage, entertain, inform, or persuade the readers or audience, right? So which is also why creativity and style play a significant role in this type of writing. So regular content writing, you have to be like creative, talk about things in ways that will um engage, like touch the person you are trying to talk to, which are like if you know Zikoko from Big Cabal. So Zikoko is like a platform that does like regular content writing. They have a lot of info, a lot of sections about money, um, sex life, love life, and all of those stuff. So they serve a very, very broad range of audience. So if you go there, if you're interested in like relationships, money, how to like live your life and all of that, travel and everything else, basically. So they are not necessarily actionable. They are just there for you to like consume, learn from, or do whatever you want with them. But technical writing, on the other hand, you have to like know what you want to do. You can't just wake up today and start reading articles on how to build a chat app in JavaScript. So you have to like have a problem that okay, I'm thinking of doing this, so let me read this content to know that. Just a quick check. Can you guys still hear me before I continue? You can just say I in the chat box. You can hear me. So yeah. Right, great. So the next one is audience. So technical writing targets a specific, often niched audience with a specialized background or knowledge in the subject matter, right? So usually, not every time, it assumes the reader is seeking detailed information and technical expertise. So most of what I write are about programming languages, how to work with dates, how to achieve certain tasks and things like that. So each time I'm assuming, okay, this person is a good developer. And in fact, there is a specific field when I pitch my article that asks like who is the target audience for this. So you put there like, okay, the target audience, this content is for Go developers that are like seeking more knowledge on how to work with dates or file systems and all of that. So technical writing targets a specific audience that are seeking detailed information and technical expertise. So the language used in technical writing is usually also precise, and there are a lot of jargon passed around, like things that the writer is expecting the reader to know, right? Like technical concepts and all those stuff. So it caters to like professionals most times and beginners. So we're going to talk about how to write for beginners, professionals, or intermediate level of audiences later in the training. So technical writing usually assumes that the reader is seeking detailed information and technical expertise. And while regular content, on the other hand, like I mentioned before, caters to like a wide and diverse audience. Like a lot of people, like every and anybody can go there to read, consume the content, and use it how they want. So it doesn't care if you are a doctor, you're a lawyer, you are a technical person, you're a non-technical person, anyone can use the content, right? So it requires a more accessible and friendly tone, unlike technical writing that is going to assume that okay, this person should know like how some certain things work. If it's intended, if the content is intended to cater to professionals or beginners or intermediate. So it's usually set like a prerequisite. Like every content I've ever written has that prerequisite heading after the introduction. Like, okay, these are the things you need to know. So that's like another difference between technical writing and regular content writing. So it requires like a more accessible and reader friendly tool. So the reader has to be able to consume the content without knowing like any other thing. As long as they can read English or whatever language you are writing in, they should be able to use the content. That's for regular content writing. So that's like another major difference between the two. So another difference we are going to talk about is the style and tone. All right. So technical writing is characterized by formal and objective style, which focuses on clarity, accuracy, and precision. So clarity, accuracy, and precision means whatever you're writing about, it has to be correct, it has to be easy to understand, and it has to work the way it is expected to work, right? You can't, you, for example, if you're building, like, if you're writing on how to integrate Flutter Wave APIs into your application, you have to be clear. The reader has to be able to understand. You have to be like, it has to be accurate, concise, and correct code examples that the person can use and precision. You target that problem and the problem alone. You don't go about just talk about okay, how to use this specific Flutter Wave API to achieve this certain thing. So it has to be precise. You have to be like, this is what I'm trying to teach you. This is how you go about it, and make sure like everything is correct. So, which is also why the tone used in technical writing is usually impersonal and devoid of emotion or opinion. So this means whatever you're writing about, your personal opinion does not matter, right? You don't when you're writing about Node.js, you don't tell people that okay, this is how I do these things. No, you have to like focus on what's the best way the reader can go about it, even though you don't like the process or maybe it's long, it's the process is too long or anything. You don't have to like convey that to the audience. You just have to tell them what they need to do to achieve whatever you can do. But that does not mean if you have a better way, you should not tell them. But just you don't have to, you cannot force people to do things a certain way. So just teach them how to do things, how to achieve it, and let them find other ways to do it if they can. And just help them achieve what they want to do. That's like the most important thing. You don't your opinion, personal opinion does not matter. So technical writing uses charts, diagrams, and technical illustrations to enhance understanding, like to convey the points better. I'm so sorry, I'm seeing some messages here, but I am not reading the charts right now. So yeah. So another so while the style for regular content, like I said before, it has to be like accessible to the general public. And you can use any style, tone, or whatever you want to convey to the audience. However, you want to convey it is your personal opinion. If you want to persuade them, like you want it to be conversational, you want to narrate like a story, you want it to be descriptive, and which also depends on the context and purpose. For example, narrative, a very good example of a narrative content is like Zikoko's Naira Life, which usually features people that want to talk about their relationship with money, how they grew up with money, how they earn, how they spend, and all of that. So that's like an example of a narrative. That it can be conversational too, like two people talking about their relationship so far, and so things like that, right? So the next one, so that's for style and tone. The next one is structure, right? So continuation. So technical documents or content often follow a structured format, which usually contains introductions, methods, results, and conclusions. So most times when I write. So when I write about like how to do things in a certain programming language or with a certain tool. So you introduce it, you give them the method, like code examples, how they should do this, enter this file, write this, write that, then results. So after running a code, you show the results. Okay, so this is supposed to show these certain results. So when they get an error or when they get like the correct results, they would know. Then you conclude it, whatever you want to conclude it with. Maybe you want to pitch the company you are writing for, or introduce your tool that can make the process better or anything. So the content is usually organized logically, and headings and subheadings are used to facilitate navigation. Like, okay, prerequisites, I know about those. So maybe you are writing on how to use JavaScript to do something, but you want to like start from scratch to show them how CSS and everything work. But for people that don't need that, they can easily use the headings to navigate that. Okay, this is about CSS, this is about HTML. So finally, I'm at the point where the writer starts talking about JavaScript. So the headings and subheadings are very, very important to facilitate navigation, right? While regular content writing, on the other hand, can follow any style that the writer wants. It can follow a linear narrative, it's simple list of items that they discuss about, or any other suitable structure that serves the content goals. So that's another major difference. Technical documents and content have to be structured so it is easy to understand, because remember they have for a specific audience, not for everyone. But regular content you are free, which brings us back to the creativity and freedom of expression, freedom of personal opinion, and all of that. So that's another very, very important difference. So the next one and the last one is like types of content. So technical writers usually write user manuals, product documentation, scientific research papers, engineering reports, medical instructions, legal contracts, right? Legal contracts and many others. So scientific research paper, you might be wondering what's software engineering doing with scientific research papers. So for example, if you are building like a med tech application, you have to like hire a technical person to write the scientific research papers that are going to like guide the developers to be able to understand how they should build the application. So, which is the same for medical instructions too and legal contracts. We explained on Monday how legal and product team can collaborate using technical documentation to avoid legal issues and all of that. So If you are wondering, that's that's why I included. Yes. So blog posts for regular content, blog posts, news articles, opinion pieces, marketing content, novels, short stories, creative essays, and whatever format you can think of that serves like the general public fall under regular content writing. So like Zikoko, they have news articles, opinion pieces, marketing content, novels, short stories about people's relationships, their relationships with money, blog posts, and like whatever you can think of. If it's something that people are interested in, you can find them under regular content writing. I'm just using Zikoko, like they have a very broad um what was this word? They write about a lot of things. Basically, they write about startups, which fall under news articles, opinion pieces, marketing content, whatever you can think of. So yes. So those are the major differences between technical and regular content writing. So I hope that like by going through these differences, you also learned some things that support what you learned on Monday. So that's that the for today's class. So it's time for questions and introductions for people that are just joining us for the first time. So I noticed a few people, Abdul Mujib, Adewale, Agbolade, Amarachi, and Blessing, Elizabeth Momo too, Eniola, Oyebadijo. Like new people joined us today. So for the new guys and ladies, so what we do after each class is we talk about ourselves, what you do, your experience, why you enrolled in this training, just like to get to know you guys. And that will be after attending to the questions. But if you guys have any questions, just shoot. It's time for questions. Hi everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Eniola.
All right, great. So tell us about yourself, whatever you can share, your
Okay.
experience, what you do currently, and all of that.
Um, well, I'm trying to transition into tech. Um, I've had experience in sales and marketing for about 12 years plus. So I'm trying to transition into product management, and that's what led me into technical writing, you know, to be able to document for product management, so to speak. I'm new into tech, so I'm a newbie, and so some of the things you speak here might be a bit, you know, technical for me, but I'm sure as time goes on, I will learn. So that's basically why I'm here. But
Okay.
I actually wanted to ask a question. I
Yeah, please
wanted
go
to
ahead.
know what's the duration of this class? How long are we supposed to be in this for? I mean, the each class. Like
Yeah.
today, how long are we going to be? How long are we going to be having the lecture?
So we are like at the end of the class right now already. So we just do like get to know each other because these
Oh,
are like
okay.
the first set of lessons. We just had our first lesson on Monday. So this is like the new.
Yeah, I actually came in late on Monday. We were rounding up, so I couldn't really get much. I thought they were going to send the recordings, but
Yes,
unfortunately, I
I
haven't seen.
believe they're working on that actually. So you should get the link to watch that session anytime from now. It will be posted
Okay,
on the
so
Zoom channel too. So you can just watch out for that.
Okay, so just because we're in the introduction stage, that's why we're using about 30 minutes. I want to understand so I can plan my timing for the class.
No. It's just that for today, the classes are usually from 3 to 5 p.m. So that's like
Okay.
the cap. But
Okay.
depending on
So
what you
that's
are
what I
learning
wanted to
about,
know so that I can plan my time.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, just you can just plan from 3 to 5. Yes. Whatever we
Okay.
are doing is between those 2 hours.
All right. Thank you very much. Adams, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so much for talking to us about yourself. Abdulmujib, Adewale, you guys can unmute and just tell us about yourself, where you are
Good
based.
afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I'm Abdulmajid. I've been learning front-end development for a while now. I'm a student as well. So I want to learn more about technical writing to write about what I've learned and share many things with people. That's the reason why I'm here.
Okay, great. That's beautiful. So, welcome to our midst,
Mm.
Abdulmujib. We're happy to
Thank you
have
very
you.
much.
You're welcome. Oh, someone is asking for the attendance link. So, you guys don't have any question about everything that we talked about today? Okay, let me see if I can get the. So, thank you so much, Abdulmujib. So, throughout this, like, trainings, you are going to learn about how to do all of what you mentioned, how to share your knowledge, how you can, like, convey and break down complex topics to your audiences. And it's a very, very good thing to do when you are learning something new, especially something very technical. So you can just, no matter how small, if you had any problem with any concept, you can just, once you understand it, you can just write something on it, like just explain what you understand about it and share it. So that's a very great way to learn. So Adewale, can you talk to us about yourself, what you do, where you're based, your experience, and just anything you can share? Same with Amarachi, Faith. Agbolade, you were here the last time, but I don't think you were able to like talk. So Victoria too.
Hello,
Victoria.
good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, so I joined it. I was actually doing something. So yeah, and that was why I asked of the attendance link. So I would like to get, and the network is funny. It was not give me out, and then so
Okay.
all right. So yeah, so I would like to get the attendance link so I can fill in before the network misbehaving again.
Oh,
So my name is my name is Adwani Yamuniri, and I love writing. Um, Basically, I'm a content writer. So I've been writing content for over like how many years now? Yeah. So, and my content writing is about personal development and other areas. And why I joined this technical track, writing track, is because I want to learn about technical writing. And I also believe that this technical writing class would also help me to improve and to better in content writing because I believe there's some aspects that are similar. So and that would help me. So I needed to join. And another reason why I had to join is so I can move to the tech space. Although I'm a data analyst, like I've gone through a data analyst course, so I know about data analyst. I've done the course, I have the certificate. So I just wanted to join this technical class so I can also move to tech space, so I can know how to write, get a job in the tech space, connect with people. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's beautiful. So most of what we discussed today, you that means you can relate with most of them. I'm also going to be sharing the slides because you said your network has been logging you out, so you probably didn't catch a lot of things. So I'm just going to manage the permissions on the slides, and I'm going to send the link in the channel. So for everyone that joined on Monday, I'm so sorry. I've not sent the slides for Monday's session. I'm going to send both of them today after this class. So yeah, Adewale, you can definitely use technical writing to get into like tech space. As I mentioned earlier to Abdul Mujib, you can also use it to like share your knowledge with people, whatever you're learning, that you feel like, okay, I had the right time get understanding this. You can just share it with people, no matter how small. So throughout this training, we are going to be going through step-by-step process on how to like talk to audiences in like breaking down complex concepts, topics to easy to understand formats for your audiences to accomplish what they want to accomplish by reading your content. So thanks so much for joining us. Agbolade, you've been hiding since on Monday. So what's happening? Okay. Um, Mr. Okoro Anointing, please. You can unmute yourself and talk. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, from what I've seen thus far, I can actually see that in one way or the other, we've been doing technical writing, maybe while in school, reporting practicals. I can see engineering reports, which I know we obviously did, but I know we are going to be more advanced and more precise in this class, which I'm very expectant of. However, I want to really ask, are there some AI tools that are specific to technical writing? Because I know there are some that are specific to regular content writing. Like I do SEO, and I know there are some very special AI tools that are very helpful for SEO content writing. So are there AI tools that are specific to technical writing?
Yeah, so the thing with AI tools is that you can bend them however you want to make them do what you want to accomplish. But generally, with technical writing, you have to like it has to just be more human. You can use AI tools to write, but it has to be more human, and because AI is not that on that level yet, right? So if you can use AI. I also use AI for like some technical content I write. Things like clear scope, phrase, to manage SEO keywords and all of that. So that's just what you use those AI platforms for now, right? So I don't know of anyone that's specific to technical writing because to AI developers or all those companies, writing is writing. So you can just use AI however you wish, which is like the beauty of the whole AI thing. So you can use it to do whatever you want. But I don't know of a specific one because I personally don't use AI that much, right? I don't use AI that much. I just use them to like because I'm required to in some of my gigs to like use it to analyze the content I've written to compare it with the competitors on the first page of Google and all of that. So that's all I use AI for. And most of what I do is coding projects, explanations. So I can't really tell the AI to build the app and write the content. I have to write and document like the process of how to do it. So it's what I do is very, very hands-on. You have to write the code, run it, get the results, then explain how you did it. So that's what I do. So I don't know of a specific AI platform that does the technical writing or that is specific to technical writing. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So Agbolade, we are here to hear from you. And there's someone else, Victoria Bamiduro. So if you and Amarachi also, if you guys don't mind. So I dropped in the
Hi,
chat.
good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Victoria.
My name is Victoria Bamidro. I started the class Monday, but I had to leave for something else. So I am Victoria. I'm a virtual assistant and content writer, but I focus mainly on content generation for small businesses. So I am a student of Obafemi Awolowo University studying English language. And the reason why I took up this course is I've tried so many times to get into tech, but most of the available tech um, roles aren't just my thing. I tried design, I tried web development, it wasn't just my thing. So, and I found out of recent that if you like writing, there's actually a career for you in tech. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
You're welcome, Victoria. Thank you for telling us about yourself. So definitely, there's a space for you in tech if you like writing. So, but you have to be like a little bit technical to like understand how to, because the whole thing about writing in general is that you have to understand what you're writing about. So the technical concepts you are going to be explaining, you have to learn and understand them before you can explain them in a way that is going to help your readers or your audience. So yeah, definitely a lot of companies use technical writers to document their processes, like internal um projects. They need like technical writers to sit down, understand the concept and everything, then explain it in the form of documentation for other, maybe new people, people from other teams, or anyone and everyone that wants to understand why they are doing this thing in this project and how they can contribute and all of that. So definitely, but you still have to be a little bit technical to be able to like contribute. So I hope you have fun. Thank you so much for joining us. So Agbolade introduced herself in the chat box. So she said, "Hi everyone, my name is Agbolade. I'm a medical doctor here in Lagos." Wow, that's so cool. And also an aspiring DevOps engineer. Beautiful. I put out content in form of articles on DevOps tools. I've learned. Glad to be here. Yeah, thank you so much, Abolade, for that. You're welcome. How is DevOps going? I know DevOps can be very frustrating, managing servers and all of that. So that's beautiful. You also put out articles on what you've learned. Wow, that's nice. That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. So Amarachi Faith, we've not heard from you. People are asking about.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
My,
Amarachi.
my name is Faith or Amarchi, whichever one. I recently graduated from University of Nigeria in Nsukka, so I decided to learn skills. I also love writing, love reading what I write, and I understand what I write better. So decided to learn the skills, and I stumbled upon this opportunity with Product Hub Africa, and then applied, and I'm here. So hoping to learn a great deal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amarachi, for sharing that with us. That's beautiful. So you like reading what you wrote. Oh,
Yes, I do.
yeah, that's interesting because it's in technical writing is like very, very important to write what you are going to enjoy reading. So in that way you can know that okay, to some extent, people that read this content are going to know. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, please, I actually have a question.
Okay, great. Let's share it.
Okay, so you were saying, you said earlier that technical writers like they most times specialize on like writing user manual, product documentations, medical instructions, and the rest. So my question is, do you have to like be like maybe have like be a medical doctor or something like a field maybe related to medicine before? Because I don't know how you'll be able to write something that maybe you don't really have much idea about. So I don't know how it works with technical writing and writing things that like engineering. Like me, I study public administration. So if I'm going to write about something, I don't know. I don't really know much about engineering. So how do I write something about engineering and medical stuff and the rest? Thank you.
Yeah, this um that's a very good question. So first things first, these are just examples, right? These are just examples. For example, for the user manual, when you work with a company and they need to write a user manual for their users and you're a technical writer, all you need is to be a like good communicator that understands that this thing that I'm writing is going to be useful because it's clear every concept. I explained every concept and people are going to be able to use it. So you just have to be like a great communicator and can put like clear thoughts into writing. That's all you need. So when you want to write, for example, product documentation, all you need to have is like the product you want to document and maybe the code in some cases. So you have the code, you can go through like everything, and once you understand it, you can put it in writing for people that will use the product. So you just have to learn about what you want to write about, right? And this includes like going to your team. For example, for engineering reports, as a technical writer, you can't really do much of the writing. You can do the writing, but you don't understand so many things like in-depth stuff. So you need to go back to like the development team to ask people that okay, I'm trying to document this thing, but this particular concept is I don't understand. They explain to you because they are going to explain to you in a way that you are going to struggle to understand it. So once you finally understand what they explain to you, you now break it down to the level of the audience that are going to use the product. So they are going to tell you the whole technical jargon behind the decision. Once you get a grasp of what they're talking about, you now go back to your content and break down in a way that people are going to understand better. So that's just it. You just have to know what you're writing about, then you write about it. Because if you don't know what you're writing about, you can't write about it. And if you write about it, it won't be very useful for the audience. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, okay. Okay, for everyone that's been asking about the attendance link, so they just dropped it. You can click the link to fill out your attendance. Yeah. So confidence. Confidence said she can't talk. So you're a customer support specialist and you love writing. That's great. That's beautiful. So customer support specialist. So you already do much of like understanding what your users use, and it's a very great like training for you because you are going to be able to understand how to put the whole customer support process into writing. For example, people are most times okay, my voice is breaking. How about now? Please, if you can hear me properly, please leave a message in the chat box or just unmute yourself and say it. Okay, it's
I
okay
can hear
now.
him properly.
Okay. She also said it's okay now. Thank you, Victoria. Okay, thank you everyone. So you just have to understand what you are writing about, basically. That's like the most basic formula. And so yeah, I was talking about confidence. So yeah, if you notice at work, there are some things that people try to like a lot of people constantly ask about that there's this specific topic that is very common in maybe the calls or the emails you get. So you can just document those things and just send a link each time. Like all those complex concepts that people will have problems with, just document them, write about them, like not necessarily solving a specific problem, but explaining each concept so people can get like a better understanding. So when you receive such calls or emails, you can just give them the link. So that's a very nice example to explain what technical writing is and how it relates to your current role. So you can just, if your company is a company that does more of technical stuff, you can apply to move to that role. And I believe technical writing roles pay more better. Uh, they are like, the old tech and everything. So you can just use that to your advantage. So thank you for being here and thank you for sharing that with us. So who else has not talked to us before we round up? So Eniola Oyebadijo, did you?
Yeah, I've spoken. I think I was
Okay,
the first
okay,
person to speak.
okay, yes. Thank you. I was
Yes,
wondering.
thank you.
Mhm. So I know everyone now. So yeah, if you have any question, if you don't have question now, maybe when you read the slides or whenever, maybe you're doing your own research or anything, you can always drop me a message on Zoom. Any question you have, I'm going to attend to it. So thank you so much for joining this class, and that will be the end of today's session.
Hello.
Yeah,
Please don't forget to send the slides and please the recording of the classes because I
sure.
wasn't really available in the last class. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah.
Mm.
So bye guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.